The shriveled flesh of each village's emblem in a swirl of colored smoke. From the mist of the morning sun, a shadow breaks the day. A boy with the heart of a frog, leaping into fate. He carries dreams, not just his own, but for every ninja who's ever known. That strength is found in unity, the fire inside the legacy. With every bond they rise above, in every clash they fight for love. 'Cause Shinobi spirit never fall. Fox and tiger hear the call. Dragon flames and monkey swings, wings of penguins, mighty things. Pandas roar and wisdom rise underneath the stormy skies. Against the fangs of evil's bite, together they ignite the light. Shinobi spirit burns so bright. The snake's deceit coils deep in fear, spreading poison through the years. But blades of truth and hearts so brave cut through the dark to heal and save. They were strangers once from far off lands, now they fight with joy in hands. Every scroll, every trial draws them closer every mile. Their Shinobi spirits stand as one. The battle's fierce but never done. Villages rise, no one's alone. Together they've made the world their own. When legends clash and darkness nears, their hearts will wipe away the tears. United blades, they shine so bright. Shinobi spirit, fight for life. The bonds we weave become our
You said you want the smoke. Now you got it.
Yeah. Some things you don't gotta explain. If you've been through it, if you lived it, if you know, you know. Yeah. Started from the bottom where the lights stay low. Dreams in my pocket, but the world said no. Cold nights, grounded heart full of stone. Built my own lane, now the path is my throne. People talk loud, but they don't really see. Every scar on my soul built the man I be. Pressure makes diamonds, yeah, that's how it goes. Real ones understand, if you know, you know. Late nights, no sleep, chasing that glow. Pain miracle strength in the soul. You don't need words. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the fire and the rain we go. If you know, you know. From the shadows to the stage we go. Raise your hands, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Walking through storms where the thunder rolls. Life tried to break me, but I kept control. Every closed door turned into a road. Every dark night made the fire explode. Loyalty deep like a code we chose. Fake ones fade when the truth unfolds. We keep it real, that's the life we show. No explanation if you know, you know. From the pain came power, from the doubt came pride. Every battle fought, every tear we cry. We rise like thunder, hear the crowd explode. This is more than music, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the struggle, the legends grow. If you know, you know. Turn the pain into rock and flow. Raise your voice, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah, know.
Only in me. Only in me.
You can throw it all away when things break, when things shatter.
Write it on your face.
Every little detail matters.
Only in me.
I feel the tension in my veins, like the spring that won't release. Every secret, every stain, still echoing underneath.
I'm the coil, I'm the weight, I'm the ghost you can't escape. Only in me.
It never fades.
Only in me.
The mess you made.
You try to hide, but I still see everything lives.
Yes, yeah.
Only in me.
Yeah, you say you didn't know, but you knew from the start. Every crack in the mirror came straight from your heart. You play the victim, point fingers, rewrite the scene. But the truth don't vanish, it just hides in between. Every lie that you told, every mask that you wore, got you pacing in circles, still knocking on the same door. Try to bury the past, but it's stuck in your chest. Even silence gets loud when you're fighting yourself.
Only in me.
Yeah, die for me, brother.
You don't know what you've seen,
Love one another.
but it's never what it seems.
Lie for me, brother.
Hide behind the cover.
When everything breaks,
You run from each other. No one's ever truly good. No one's ever truly evil. We do things you never should. And we're never really equal. No one's ever truly good. No one's ever truly evil. We do things we never could.
still pretending we're all
People.
take your best shot, go ahead, release pressure. All that anger just turns into a stretcher. Carrying weight that you never addressed. Now it's living in your lungs, now it's stuck in your breath. Propaganda in your head, got you lost in the spin. Calling me out, but you're hiding your sin. You built this fire, now you're feeling the heat. But the truth don't die, it repeats, it repeats.
You point your finger, but it comes back to you. Only in me.
It never fades.
Only in me.
The mess you made.
No man is good.
No man is free.
We carry shadows. Only in me. Only in me. Only in me. Only in me. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way. We're really glad you found the show, and this is a channel where the good times always grow. If you're feeling bored today, click on in and let Big Rudy lead the way.
Wowie yowie today. So today we're gonna have a special live stream. We're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat from the 1995. And also I picked 3 videos that talk about Mortal Kombat. And as a fan of Mortal Kombat, playing the video games, it's great. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Mr. Rudy, aka welcome to the Big Rudy Show. And you know, I talk about pop culture, wrestling, video games, movies, horror, primitivity, Funko Pop, going to cons, and many more. And I want to start opening trading cards now on. So, you know, I'm a big fan of the anime, like My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, oh, a bunch of anime. So we're gonna open My Hero. Sorry guys, let me change the background, you know, kind of. Yeah, my room is messy, sorry guys, I start cleaning up. Anyways, so we're gonna open My Hero Academia, lead up villain. Survival, battle, front. So glory stab. Terrell Inger. Brett Nora. Dark. Scent of Justnet. Eye of the Tiger. Thomas Thornton. Among the Muscle. Tamar Gear. Holographic. So that's it for the training card so far. Let me change the background. So cleaning. I go, Rudy, why are you streaming early today? Because I want to start something. So 2 o'clock p.m. my time. But I'm kind of busy today. Got to get everything ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow going to be a big day because I'm graduating. So I have to get everything ready. Find my stove. Steam it, get my cap and gown ready, start decorating, you know, and so forth. That's it. I'm streaming early today, guys, but we're going back to a regular schedule, 5 p.m. So, yeah. So, we're talking about Demi. You know, everybody loves this Demi. One of my favorite YouTuber, James, talking about different horror, but he talking about Mortal Kombat. And so far, you talking about the first Mortal Kombat movie in 1995 and Fair Use.
Hey everybody, James in a hat here to tell you that yes, this video is a re-upload, unfortunately. The original Mortal Kombat kill count got copyright claimed and was going to be blocked from YouTube entirely because I dared to include a few seconds of the Mortal Kombat song in it. You know, the one that goes, Mortal Kombat! Because of that, I had to edit this kill count and take out all instances of that fantastic song that I had nothing but praise for. Since my script, at times, relied on the viewer having just heard the song in the
So basically, James got copy strike because, you know, all music you can get copy strike. the Incarnate song. Yeah.
The video, I have replaced all instances of it with me playing it on the saxophone. So hope you're ready for more of this. Sorry to clog your feeds like this, but I do hope you watch this re-upload since I was denied all of the ad revenue from the 2.5 million views the original upload got. Man, does that suck. Alright, enjoy the video. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H. Janice, and today we're looking at Mortal Kombat! Now, right off the...
Alright, I need to change the setting. Yeah, Chef Monkey, I'll fix it now. Thank you for telling me.
Friggin' bat, let's all acknowledge that this isn't a horror movie, okay? It's not even horror adjacent. But there is no way that anyone could claim that the Mortal Kombat game series is not horror adjacent. Midway's 1992 Mortal Kombat, created by Ed Boon and John Tobias, is a landmark video game arguably as important as Doom. And y'all know that I'm a Doom head. Mortal Kombat was so splattastically violent and over the top that it literally caused the creation of the ESRB. Friggin' Lieberman said that if the game industry didn't police itself, the government would have to, and thus M for Mature was born. Mortal Kombat and its increasingly violent sequels were a common gateway into the world of ultra-violence for many a millennial like myself, leading us onto a path that would eventually wind up at Freddy and Jason. And I mean that literally. The latest Mortal Kombat games have featured Freddy, Jason, Predator, a Xenomorph, and look at this, Leatherface! Obviously, this is a property that embraces the horror genre, so I welcome it with open arms to the Dead Meat family. Besides,
So basically, have you guys played the Mortal Kombat game for like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation 4, 5, or maybe in the arcade playing quarters? I did. And later on, remember Mortal Kombat versus DC Comic? Cause it's the same brand that own Mortal Kombat. You know, like Mortal Kombat toy and McFarlane DC. It's the same under the brand.
what are some of my to the numbers bits, if not the Kill Count's own fatalities? Toasty! I'm also hoping the franchise continues to inch closer to horror with the appropriately violent new film adaptation hitting theaters and HBO Max on April 23rd. Until then, though, we've got the 1995 version, which was PG-13, making it about as violent as a Power Rangers episode. The original Mortal Kombat movie came about when producer Lawrence Kasanoff saw the game's multimedia potential. It incorporates and builds upon the story of the first two games, because, in case you didn't know, the MK games are way more than just excessive violence. Throughout their nearly 3 decades of consistent releases, the games have developed a complicated storyline featuring a huge cast of characters, most of whom are pretty unique and memorable. It's one of the reasons I love Mortal Kombat so much. The 1995 film is an integral part of the franchise, informing the way these...
Yeah, I like when they're playing the Mortal Kombat game, and they do great storylining. I first play when I used to play Mortal Kombat back in the day, then I stopped because I was busy with school, and so far, yeah, busy with school and work. I used to have a job back then, and I started picking up again. I first started to play Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11, and Mortal Kombat, I don't know the Mortal Kombat 1, but that was a great storyline that you play it.
characters would be depicted in later games, while also paying respect to the games that already existed, copying moves in ways that looked just like the game's sprites performed them, and screaming catchphrases that had already become infamous.
Get over here! Get over here!
For mega fans of the game, like yours truly, there are a lot of little things to appreciate here. Mortal Kombat 95 was directed by a then little-known British filmmaker named Paul W.S. Anderson, who was already a fan of the game when he was hired for the film. He'd later find success with another video game movie, Resident Evil, and we've seen his work on the kill count previously with Alien vs. Predator. Anderson's style perfectly suits the source material, because the thing about Mortal Kombat is that it never takes itself too seriously. The over-the-top gore is meant to be funny in a way, so the fact that this movie is silly.
Yeah. When the director made Mortal Kombat, made Resident Evil. I'll be honest, Resident Evil, some Resident Evil movies are good, some are bad. But they introduced more characters from the video game into the movie. You know, like Leon, Jill Valentine, Wesker, Wes, Chris, Claire, but they never mentioned Alex in the video game at all. So, yeah.
Stupid and loud makes it feel like a faithful rendition. Don't get me wrong, it's not all good. The near complete absence of blood is anathema to the franchise, and I cannot fucking stand Christopher Lambert as Lord Raiden. Plus, if you're not already familiar with the property, this movie does a piss poor job explaining what's going on. It is a bad screenplay, sometimes completely eschewing transitions just to quickly get to the next electro-thumping fight scene. But damn it, this movie is fun, with some decent production value and humor. I admit that there's no way I can objectively judge this thing, since the games were just too important to me while growing up. But if you're even half the Mortal Kombat fan that I am, you should be able to turn your brain off and have a good time. With so many mortals combating to the death, you know that plenty will fail and get finished off. Let's see how many and get to the kills.
No one outruns a passenger.
Passenger.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an...
The movie begins with a Mortal Kombat! Fuck yeah! Let's hear that again with the title card! Mortal Kombat! Yeah, that's hot. We're at what looks like a video game level with a scary sorcerer and a kid who's about to get wrecked. Young Chan here don't stand a chance against Shang Tsung, an incredible villain played perfectly by Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. In no time at all, Shang Tsung breaks Chan's back, then tells his brother and the audience the young boy's ethereal fate.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Oh, yeah. When I first watching the Mortal Kombat movie in 1995, it was me, my sister, and my two brothers. We went to the movie theater, and this scene when Sean died, and Shang Tsung said, "Your soul is mine," one of my baby teeth fell off, based on a true story.
Cue the scary snake effects! Chan's brother is Liu Kang, played by Robin Shou, who started his career as a stunt performer and actor in Hong Kong. Tormented by his brother's death, Liu returns to his ancestral home of China, where the movie reveals that it's kinda ballin' on a budget. Though these scenes are set in China, they were filmed in Thailand. I believe this location is Wat Ratchabarana, a 600-year-old temple in Ayutthaya Historical Park. The fight between Shang Tsung and Chan was filmed nearby at Wat Phra Si San Phet, another historical temple. Liu Kang's grandfather tells him that his brother Chan died preparing for a tournament that'll save the whole world. It's a legend Liu Kang grew up with, but one he doesn't believe is real, which is why he moved to America and became a Beverly Hills ninja. Now he's back and wants to enter the tournament so he can find his brother's killer and avenge his death. The deliberation...
So basically, it's how he left the temple, then he went doing his thing, then he went back to the temple, then he found out that his brother was murdered because he was going to be on a Terminator in Mortal Kombat.
Over his entry is interrupted by a mysterious man. It's the God of Thunder.
You know, the God of Thunder, it was Lord Raven coming in. I'm going to talk to Liu Kang.
The eternal demigod, motherfucking Lord Ray. Wait, who the fuck is this guy? It's Christopher Lambert, friggin' Highlander. And his casting as Raiden is my least favorite thing about this movie. Raiden is a literal god who defends Earth from other dimensions. That is not the vibe I'm getting from Christopher Lambert. I don't believe this guy's authority for a second. And even though Raiden's face is never shown in the game, creator Ed Boon said they thought of him as having come from Asian mythology. Frenchman Christopher Lambert doesn't quite fit that bill. Since Liu Kang doesn't think much of this guy either, he says he's off to join the tournament, no matter what all these old dudes say. In Los Angeles, home of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So in LA, in Hollywood, you meet Johnny Cash. And
action film star Johnny Cage films his latest movie. Although some critics think he's a phony, he's actually got mad skills, which aren't always matched by his on-set opponents.
This is where you fall down.
Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Cage is tired of making movies directed by people like Peven Peelberg there, so he's open to a suggestion from his sensei, Mr. Boyd. Boyd tells him about a once-in-a-generation fighting tournament and says that if Cage can win it, he'll finally silence his haters. What Cage doesn't know is that this tournament is being run by the shape-shifting sorcerer Shang Tsung. To get to the tournament, Cage will have to take a boat out of Hong Kong, which is where Special Forces agent Sonya Blade is hunting for a man named Kano. And she doesn't let silly obstacles like civilians slow her down. Move it, meatbags! Your civil rights end where my fist.
so, you know, the Sonya Blade was a former police officer or agent for the force. And it was hunting down Kano. Over time, it's like their robbery. Kano versus Sonya Blade all the time. In the movies and the story.
Begins. Sonya's played by Bridget Wilson, who's that Veronica Vaughn, and who was last on the kill count in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Her target, Kano, a nasty Australian with a red cyborg eye, is planning to lead her to that tournament under the orders of Shang Tsung. Before she gets there, Sonya's gonna shoot a guy through a window, and although he's got some armor on, I still think he dies while Sonya questions him, looking like she wants him to go back and finish high school. Johnny Cage arrives at a dock in Hong Kong and meets a fighter he recognizes named Arlene.
You're Arlene, aren't you?
Yeah, that's Arlene. Everyone loves movie-only character Arlene. You can't have a smart scene without Arlene. Case in point, without Arlene around, dumb Johnny Cage asks Liu Kang to carry his luggage.
I pay money, you carry the bags. Or is that too complicated?
No.
You upgraded your phone, your headphones, your monitor, but your YouTube player? Still basic. Time to fix that. Look, volume booster. Auto quality.
I get it. This movie's humor is actually not bad for an action movie made in 1995. I was surprised by how much of it holds up.
Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car.
A badass dragon ship pulls into port looking like it's rolling down the rivers of America, ready to kick off Fantasmic. From afar, Sonya sees Kano in what may be the movie's single coolest shot, and when the criminal climbs aboard the ship, she flees her partner Jax to follow. Oh, be careful, Sonya.
So, you introduced Jack in the first Mortal Kombat before he got the silver metal arm. Like, I'm gonna put this, like Winter Soldier. But Sonya went up to the boat.
That fog could be hiding ghost pirates! It's a bummer this is all we get of Jax in this movie, but at least he'll be in the new one. Boy, will he be in the new one. On the ship, our three human heroes meet and are introduced to Shang Tsung. He shows them that he's got a couple of ninjas under his employment. Sub-friggin' Zero, who's as cold as Ice, and Scorpion, who's got ways of making you get over there. Raiden shows up as a lightning cloud, smacks both they ninja asses down, then yells at Shang Tsung in Lambert's annoying Raiden voice.
Your sideshow freaks attack my fighters. That is expressly forbidden before the tournament, as your Emperor well knows.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna mention the Emperor a lot in this movie, and they're referring to Shao Kahn, who's the big bad of the original game trilogy. But the movie hardly bothers to explain who he is at all, so don't feel bad if you get confused.
Yeah, they introduced Shotgun in the Mortal Kombat 2. So we're taking back old school classic, and people is joining on. So we're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat from the 1995. We're gonna introduce James. Second will be Strife, and third will be our Jason David Frank interview with who plays Scorpion, Christopher.
Raiden now looks the tiniest bit more like a thunder god and shows off his powers by teleporting above deck. But I still can't take him seriously with that stupid raspy voice, even as he says the franchise name.
You have been chosen to defend the realm of Earth in a tournament called Mortal Kombat.
He looks like friggin' Celeborn, everyone's least favorite Sindarin elf, and he cackles like Seth Rollins. Get out of here, you MK Messiah. Raiden does his best to explain the movie's plot. He says another realm called Outworld, run by an evil emperor, is trying to conquer our realm, which is called Earthrealm, naturally. The only way the emperor can do that is if Shang Tsung and his warriors can win 10 Mortal Kombat tournaments, and they've already won 9.
This will be the 10th tournament.
A skull in the sky signals that they've arrived at their location. Well, that or someone's doing Fort of the Damned.
It has begun!
Nope, they've arrived. It's go time, motherfuckers! The fighters take some dragon boats down what looks like the Anduin River until they land at the fighting island filmed at Railay Beach in Thailand. Here, they're afforded neither luxuries nor magnetic stability. And man, can someone please consider an escalator for this place? Come on!
Dude, it sucks if you have to walk all the way to the top, taking the stairs. I'll be like, hell no. Give me an escalator. It'd be more chilling. But remember, this is like the temple or old school building.
Inside the temple at the top of those stairs, it looks like a sculpture garden designed by Willy Wonka. A woman named Princess Katana is lounging around serving looks, and since she's the Emperor's adopted daughter and heir to the realm of Outworld, Shang Tsung tells one of his underlings to watch over her, an abysmal cartoon lizard named Reptile. Yep, that's Reptile. He sucks almost as much as Raiden. There's a pre-tourney feast that all of our favorite characters attend. Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Sonya, Art Lean. Shang Tsung speaks to Art and the gang and hypes up the next day's tournament, as well as its reigning champion,
Prince Goro.
Dun dun dun. There's an exhibition match between Sub-Zero and a dude who wears his red shirt on his head. As totally ripped as this guy.
And look at that guy, freaking huge and ripped. I wish I had that type of body, but it would take a long way to do it.
And he's got muscles you've never even seen before. God damn! He's just no match for my man Sub-Zero. With a single down forward.
You know that Sub-Zero and Scorpion is my favorite Mortal Kombat fighter. Sometimes I use Melina or Tatanga, but I need to get used to playing other characters more.
Low punch, Subby causes the dude to freeze, and he shatters at the feet of the proud spectator Shang Tsung.
Flawless victory.
Hell yeah, it was. That's another nod to the game, of course. A flawless victory occurs when you win without taking any damage. Liu Kang and Johnny Cage join Sonya Blade as she continues looking for Kano. They find him picking out at a feast that includes Ren Fair-sized turkey legs and wheels of cheese. Wait, is that cake? No, I think it's cheese.
That's Kano.
Oh, I guess it's Kano. Kano's eating in the company of 9-time tourney champ Prince Goro, a 4-armed mess of a monster puppet who's got a kick-ass voice courtesy of Kevin Michael Richardson and a string of titles suitable for a king of Westeros.
I am Goro, General of the armies of Outworld and Prince prince of the subterranean realm of Shokan.
He's also got a great daily affirmation.
I do not fail!
The hero
I feel like Goro was a good character for Mortal Kombat in the beginning. I realized they did on Goro really good with the CGI. And also, I remember Goro was freaking hard to beat in Mortal Kombat back in the days.
heroes leave their spine nest, and there's nearly zero connective tissue as they see Katana and go to follow her, get sprayed in the face by Reptile, and wind up in a big room where they're forced to test their might. The Mortal Kombat song used repeatedly in this movie is Techno Syndrome by Belgian electronic musicians The Immortals. A version of it was released as a single 2 years before this movie came out. It was part of the commercial for Mortal Kombat's home console release. This movie's soundtrack, with music composed by George S. Clinton, was so popular that it was reportedly the first ever EDM album to go platinum. The title song is also important to me personally. When our parents weren't home, my friends and I would just blare it from the speakers and just beat the shit out of each other all around the house. Never forget that, Ricky and Randy. This fight between the heroes and a bunch of NPNs, non-playable ninjas, isn't one of the movie's best. It's just isolated choreographed fight moves with absolutely zero fluidity. But god damn it, that friggin' song and seeing Sonya clothesline a dude still makes it pretty fun to watch. Their performance wins them a slow clap from Raiden, who cackles away the second wave of nameless bad guys.
I don't think so.
God, I hate movie Raiden so much. But apparently Lambert was a really great guy during production, flying himself out to Thailand on his own dime and helping novice filmmaker Paul Anderson. He even paid the tab for the rap party, so you know what? Good on him. The next day the tournament begins with Liu Kang facing a fighting monk, played by kickboxing champion Hakeem Alston. This fight's a lot better than the previous one. A lot more unbroken long shots of athleticism being performed by Shu and Alston.
When you see people fight in our movie, they're doing it.
Most of the movie's fight scenes were choreographed by Pat Johnson, a 9th degree black belt in American Tong Soo Do.
They're really good. A black belt martial art for 9. And doing the fighting scene, or teaching them how to fight.
Who also choreographed films such as Karate Kid and the original TMNT. In the end, Liu Kang wins the fight with a drop kick and a kip up, and Shang Tsung reveals what happens to this tourney's losers.
Your soul is mine.
That line is a movie invention, but since Tagawa is so perfect as the character, future games would incorporate it into Shang Tsung's dialogue.
Your soul is mine.
It would go so freaking hard. So I should just get the card. The card should just come to me. Where you?
Sonya gets the next fight, against Kano of course, whose performance by Trevor Goddard also influenced future games.
Hello, baby. Did you miss me?
Originally designed with a resemblance to Terminator, after this movie, Game Kano also became a sleazy Australian.
I only need 2 strikes to gut you.
It's sad to learn that Goddard
So, to make Kano the video game as a Australian night,
took his own life in 2003 at the age of 40. Rest in peace. This intergender showdown features hard-hitting moves from both contestants. It was one of the last fights filmed in order to give Bridget Wilson more time to prepare. Wilson got the role at the very last minute, which is kind of funny considering that Sonya Blade was a last-minute character added to the game. Originally, Cameron Diaz was cast to play Sonya Blade, in part due to the physical training she received for her role in The Mask. But while training to play Sonya, Diaz broke her wrist, and Wilson was rushed to the Mortal Kombat set the morning after she finished filming Billy Madison. Because of that, her combat training took place on set in between scenes. It's impressive how well she handled it all. She really captures the spirit of Sonya Blade. Kano manages to kick some guttural yells out of her. But in the end, Sonya uses her legs to get one over on him. At Shang Tsung's insistence, Sonya murders Kano in a kinda Xena on the top way.
Oh, give me a break.
Okay.
And kind of in a Bond way too, with that pun. Hey, how about we just swish pan over to an orchard so we can have a fight that's completely out of context? This is Cage v Scorpion, a fight added during reshoots after test audiences wanted more action. It begins with Scorpion's trademark catchphrase, voiced by game developer Ed Boon, Scorpion's OG voice actor.
Get over here!
His harpoon from the game is now some kind of weird palm bird thing, and it chases Cage around until it's recalled by Scorpion's other trademark catchphrase.
Come here!
Johnny Cage tries to shadow kick Scorpion, only to get teleported to, hell or something. I don't know, kinda looks like...
So, I want to talk about Scorpion. Scorpion is my favorite character from the Mortal Kombat. I really like the catchphrase. Get over here.
The monster world from Little Monsters, all scaffolding and cobwebs, and bones, and Scorpion!
Welcome!
What? That's not one of your trademark catchphrases, dude. The two of them fight for a bit in a match that would earn at least 3 stars for Meltzer. Their choreographed chemistry may come from the fact that CHRIS Casamassa, who plays Scorpion, helped train Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage. Sucks that Ashby got a bruised kidney from an axe kick in this fight, though. Highlights of the match include Cage getting kicked in the head a whole bunch, and him giving a gymnastics performance that could kill a raptor if he were in the Lost World. Scorpion gets so jealous of those moves, he starts making up new lines.
Get down here!
Listen, buddy, we don't pay you to talk, okay? We pay you to do your fatality, where you reveal that you have a skull that can breathe fucking fire! Hell yeah! Cage protects himself from the attack and throws a spear at Scorpion in retaliation. It sets him on fire, and a few more flaming strikes open Scorpion up and...
Dude, I like the show effect with Scorpion, the skull, and the flame. We never see that before. Remember, think back when you first watching this Mortal Kombat movie in 1995. I go, wow, that's cool, you know? Like, man.
Causes his lava blood to flow. Then his head just ups and explodes, and if that wasn't enough, his body becomes a fireball too. And all that with an autographed photograph from the Cage-ster, referencing the friendship endings of MK2, and at least Scorpion went out in a kick-ass way. Liu Kang's got the next match. Wait, was that a Scorpion fight in the tournament? And it's against his crush, Princess Kitana. Ooh. Kitana is played by Talisa Soto, an actor of Puerto Rican descent who was a Bond girl and licensed to kill. She kicks his ass with punches and punches his brain with advice.
To win your next match.
Dang, she looked hot. That from 1995, Katanga. She's Puerto Rican, hey.
Use the elements which brings life.
But that's about all that happens in this scene. The movie has stopped caring about making sense, so now we're in this room with some floor art that could be at the DIA. Liu Kang enters it to be in another fight. Oh, hi Mr. Kang, this is your light beam. Stand there. This fight's against Sub-Zero, who, along with Scorpion, was really wasted in this movie. The two of them were almost definitely the fan-favorite characters of the games, and they had already...
See, I like the Scorpion. With the little snake coming out, this is like freaking crazy.
Develop some intricate, intertwined backstory completely.
And everybody, fan character is Scorpion or just Zero. People pick them a lot. Let me tell you what's the worst Mortal Kombat game. It was just Zero for the Nintendo 64. I hated that game.
Absent from the film. Sub-Zero was a Chinese assassin of the Lin Kuei clan, and Scorpion was an undead Japanese ninja of the Shirai Ryu clan. He came to the Mortal Kombat tournament seeking vengeance against Sub-Zero, who killed him. It sucks that the movie reduces them to being the big bad's thugs, and it's confusing that these two East Asian characters are played by an American for Scorpion and a Frenchman, martial artist Francois Petit, for Sub-Zero. Then again, character races in MK have always been murky and prone to retconning. The original games Sub-Zero and Scorpion were played by American Daniel Pesina, who also played Johnny Cage. In any case, both Casamassa and Petite are clearly legit martial artists, and I learned that Petite was even a WWE medic who tended to Mick Foley during his infamous Hell in a Cell match. When Subby starts using his ice powers against Liu Kang, Kitana suddenly appears on the fight stage's wings to remind him of her earlier advice.
Use the element which brings life.
Why golly, that means water, which Liu Kang uses to kill Sub-Zero. I'm not pleased by how easily Sub-Zero is defeated here, but I guess being killed by a giant icicle is an alright way for him to go out. With his ninjas defeated, Shang Tsung tells Goro that meat's back on the menu. The monster, off-screen, throws a bunch of human extras against those hot coals you walk across during New Age corporate retreats. I'm not counting any of these as deaths though. They're too bloodless and lazy for me to accept on the kill count. I will not reward half-assery such as this. These fights were probably shot this way because Goro's puppet was constantly malfunctioning on set.
So Goro was a puppet to use it from the Mortal Kombat movie. I did not know that. But Goro is a freaking beast.
It was basically as bad as Bruce the Shark, but I still think the construction of Goro is an impressive feat of engineering. He's both an animatronic and a carefully sculpted suit, worn and performed by Tom Woodruff Jr., who played Xenomorphs in a bunch of the Alien movies. It was Woodruff's company, ADI, that created Goro at the cost of about $1 million. The monster required as many as 16 puppeteers to control everything from his arms to his eyebrows, and although it admittedly looks pretty dumb sometimes, I can't help but love that they did this thing practically. Goro's first on-screen match is against the MK tournament darling, Art Lean. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, that's it! Come on, Art! You can do it! Quick!
In this video, I'm going to be making a 3D game in just 1 hour, but all the 3D assets in the
Yeah, see? Everyone loves Art Lean, except Goro. He grabs Art Lean's fists with 2 of his hands, then beats the living hell out of him with the other 2. With Shang Tsung's encouragement,
finish him!
Goro then kills Art Lean. Wait, what? With that weenie club to the chest? I get that Goro's a big, strong, scary monster and all, but come on. Do you know what Game Goro would have done to that guy? Probably something like that. Sonya cries for her dear friend Art Lean, and Shang Tsung takes his soul. But because this movie has stopped caring about consistency, he now droplets that spirit onto his eyeball like it were LSD. After a sex-charged sunset scene, Cage decides to challenge Goro to keep him away from Sonya. Goro makes his entrance, surrounded by adoring fans, and Johnny Cage makes his entrance with his face adorned by sunglasses. Goro's not impressed by them. The match begins, and Cage drops into the splits to give Goro a nutcracker, a popular move from the games. He then gets Goro to follow.
Yeah, that Johnny Cage finisher move, every time hit him the guys with the testicle with his hand.
Him out onto a terrace where he reprimands his lack of respect for other people's personal property.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Cage knocks the beast down off the platform, and though Goro holds on with 2 of his 12 fingers, Cage gives him further instructions.
This is where you fall down.
Goro's death is painfully digital, his little figure shrinking down with the simplicity of a scaling setting. Bloop! I do like the footage of them filming his fall in front of a green screen. Good stuff. Shang Tsung grabs a hold of Sonya so she can be a damsel for the last act of this film. With a shitty looking portal that looks like a Drano commercial when it whisks them away, Shang Tsung takes her to the realm of Outworld, where Raiden cannot follow. Thank fucking God. Leave his cackling ass behind and get down that drain pipe, kids! It's time to go to Outworld, where a path of fires leads towards the Emperor's imposing power. Along the way, Liu Kang discovers Reptile and throws his lizard ass into the chest of a stone scarecrow thing. By some whack-ass logic, this thankfully transforms Reptile into the familiar green ninja who was a hidden character in the first game. And I mean hidden.
Reptile was a secret character that if he was on the pit stage and had a silhouette fly past the moon, and then win a double flawless victory without blocking, you'd be able to fight Reptile on the floor of the pit.
Another great electronic song starts up for what may be the best fight.
Yeah. I forgot Rat Turtle also a ninja. And sometimes I pick Rat Turtle as my character too. I don't know. I realized that Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Reptile I picked Ninja. I don't know why. Like same thing like Street Fighter. Like I picked Akuma, Ken, and Ryu.
Of the film. It was another one filmed during reshoots, and it and Cage v Scorpion were actually choreographed by Robin Shou himself. This one incorporates Hong Kong-style wire work that would become famous in American movies after its use in The Matrix. The fight also fractured 2 of Shou's ribs when he was thrown into a pillar by Reptile's actor Keith Cook. Ouch. Liu Kang wins the fight with an MK2 bicycle kick, another one of the most popular moves in the games. It's enough to defeat Reptile, though I don't know why he turns into a bunch of bugs and also back into that lizard thing, which Liu Kang then crushes. Was Reptile Oogie Boogie? Katana joins Kang and Cage for an Outworld stroll full of backstory. She says her father was once the ruler of Outworld, but when Outworld lost 10 Mortal Kombat tournaments, the Emperor Shao Kahn took over the realm. Remember, we haven't met Shao Kahn even once in this movie, nor have they called him by his name Shao Kahn. Anyway, Shao Kahn killed her parents, took the throne, and adopted her as his daughter to give his rule more legitimacy. Now he lives.
Definitely is true. They talk about it in Mortal Kombat 2. And the new Mortal Kombat 2 movie came out like a week ago. Talking about the background.
Lives in this giant tower where Shang Tsung holds Sonya captive, possibly preparing her to star in a Twisted Sisters music video. He's got a league of these Shadow Priest guys from the background of some levels in MK2 and is planning to fight Sonya in the tournament so he can beat her and allow the Emperor to take over Earthrealm. But he won't be able to do that, not if our heroes have anything to say about it.
I am Liu Kang, descendant of Kung Lao. I challenge you to Mortal Kombat.
Shang Tsung accepts, and we've got our main event. Break out the title song! Have a good back and forth for a while before Shang Tsung decides to prolong the match by summoning a bunch of randos to fight on his behalf. Despite how dangerous and excited they are, none of them manage to slow Liu Kang down. Once again, I won't be counting any of these as kills. I'm pretty sure he's just knocking them out, you know? Liu Kang very awkwardly runs up the stairs to confront the shape-shifting sorcerer once and for all. Shang Tsung transforms into his deceased brother Chan, and for some ungodly reason, Liu Kang falls for it for way too long. You saw him change in front of you, man. That's obviously not your brother. Liu finally catches on, and Shang Tsung drops the ruse. And with the floor below all of a sudden extra spiky, their combat takes on its most mortal stakes yet.
Yeah, even the video game Shang Tsung can change any character. So his powers chip form to anybody.
Liu grabs the sorcerer and frees some of the souls he's been nomming up through his eyeballs. That weakens him enough for Liu Kang to come out of a backlight and kick Shang Tsung's ass to the edge of this platform. With a forward high punch, Liu fireballs him off the platform and down onto a spike below.
Flawless victory.
Wait, what? That wasn't flawless. He landed hits on you, dog. But it's still a nice nod to the game's stage fatality in the pit level. Shang Tsung turns into a bastard skelly and then becomes a beam of light, inside of which a bunch of souls swim around like this was Hercules. Yo, is Arlene in there? Hey, where's Arlene's soul? Chan appears and thanks Liu for being such a cool older brother. It's totally gonna make him look good to all the other spirits. Alright, thanks again, bro. Back to the chill-ass spirit world. Look at that guy. He's having a blast. Having saved the day, the heroes return to China, where Raiden is waiting to tell them good job.
You humans are so unpredictable.
Shut up, Raiden. The movie ends with the Emperor Shao Kahn, voiced by Scooby-Doo himself, Frank Welker, finally making an appearance. Comes off as a little Rita Repulsa, though.
Weak, pathetic fools, I've come for your souls.
I don't think so.
Pose for the sequel. How many people were more?
Yeah, so we introduced Shotgun in Mortal Kombat 2. I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2, the video game. He was hard to beat too. Every Shotgun video game, more from Mortal Kombat, he was hard to beat for me, yeah. But yeah, I put everything in like a normal. He was hard.
Mortally wounded during their combat? Let's find out. Wait, what'd you just say, Numbers? Get over here! 11 people for sure died in Mortal Kombat, and since there were only 2 ladies in the entire friggin' movie, it's not surprising that all of the victims were male. That's why that always happens, y'all. With a runtime of 101 minutes, nearly 10 of those taken up by credits, we had a victim on average every 9.18 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Scorpion. No competition. I already love seeing practical flames burn a bastard skelly, but then you add some lava blood into the mix? Talk about toasty! Dual machete for lamest kill will go to Art Lean. How you about to kill everyone's favorite character with a punch? And that's it. Mortal Kombat came out in 1995 and spent 3 weeks being #1 at the box office. That fetched it a sequel, which is one of the worst movies I have ever seen. I'll show you that next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill Count. I want to thank some patrons like Joseph Bowers, Jolie A., Matthew Gw.
So what do you think about Demi James cover Mortal Kombat 1 for 1995? Some new information you know about? For me, I know a little bit, not too much. I'm not the expert of Mortal Kombat, but I know I play the video games. Like, comment, share. See you on the next video. Peace. Alright, guys. So you know that Funko Pop made Mortal Kombat. So they made new Mortal Kombat from the movie too. So you got Johnny Cage. You got Tatanka. Then you got Count Lao. It's an exclusive. You're gonna get buy it at the Funko shop. Then you get the bloody katana one with her weapon. You get this. Johnny Cage. And make sure one more screen about the other Funko Pop are out. So far, there's some Funko Pop of Mortal Kombat. And you got Lord Raven, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Night Raven, Scorpion with the flaming skull, Goro, Liu Kang, Molina, the guy, I don't know his name, we don't know. Scorpion with human form, Sonya, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion Funko Pop. I only have the Melina Funko Pop only in my collection. All right, let's get into how do you know Mortal Kombat? Strife, my boy Strife, he did a video on Mortal Kombat 1, but more detail, more stories. So Stripe the water just for you, for use. Friend from the channel. And let's go for it.
Mortal Kombat thousands of times, but there are some insane Easter eggs that even hardcore fans have missed after 30 years. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 95's hidden details, lore connections, and crazy Easter eggs that will change the way you see Liu Kang as a fighter. First, let's talk about some of the hidden details in the film. When Liu Kang wakes up, his room is notably covered in green light, symbolizing the start of his journey as his character arc represents growth, a quality that is associated with the color green. On the wall, we see a bicycle, which could allude to one of his signature moves, the bicycle kick.
You know, that's one of his Liu Kang in front of, on the kick. Da, 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 da! Running the bicycle kick. And the fireball.
And we also see some white sneakers near the wall, which may be a nod to the white shoes that Liu Kang wore in the first game. Another fun...
The first Mortal Kombat game, he wore the white shoes and the black pants.
Fun fact for this film is that the fight choreographer was Pat Johnson, who some of you know not only played himself as a referee in The Karate Kid and also choreographed the first 4 films, but was also the fight coordinator for the original 3 Ninja Turtle films as well. In his introductory scene, Johnny Cage pulls a sweep out of his repertoire from his Mortal Kombat 2 incarnation and yells at the director shortly thereafter, who is meant to be a parody of Steven Spielberg. As the combatants get ready to board the ship to the island in Chai Wan Bay, we are introduced to Art Lean, portrayed by real-life martial artist.
So, real-life martial artist. He played as Jack.
Artist Master Kenneth Edwards, who teaches Northern Eagle Claw Kung Fu to this day. One of the quips among several other in the films, "Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car," was ad-libbed by Lyndon Ashby. When Sonya, Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage meet Shang Tsung for the first time, the sorcerer introduces Sub-Zero and Scorpion and references their rivalry very briefly, as the two have a storied rivalry dating back to the events before the Mortal Kombat mainline games. We get some more special moves from the game as the two ninjas demonstrate their freezing powers and spear respectively.
Remember, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they all have a rivalry. Fire against ice, water against fire.
Until Raiden also demonstrates his own power by using his lightning blast to put an end to the fight. As the Thunder God appears, his attire is reminiscent of his costume in the first game. Raiden and Shang Tsung discuss a key element of the tournament's lore that's also mentioned in storyline.
If you remember the Trouble in Tokyo, the dude that's saying their character looked like Lord Raven. I go, oh, Raven is in this movie, but it's not a different character name.
Fighting before the tournament. Earthrealm's protector demonstrates his other special ability, teleporting, as he makes his way up to the ship's deck. One interesting fact to note between Johnny Cage and Sonya is that Sonya is usually associated with the color green, while one of Johnny's colors is black, as the two are wearing each other's color schemes. As Raiden talks about the history of the Mortal Kombat tournament, He also talks about the rules, mentions Shao Kahn in passing as the Emperor, and the victories that Outworld has accumulated.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
As Shang Tsung is seen on the ship, we see skulls flying around, which could be a nod to his projectile powers from Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, and a brief vision of Shao Kahn. On the boat and all over the island, we see the Shadow Priests making their appearance from the Mortal Kombat 2 game. Kitana also makes her debut, as she also first appeared in the second game, though this time unmasked as seen in her fatalities, Mortal Kombat 2 endings, and the Mortal Kombat 2 commercial. The feast scene is a near exact parallel of the feast scene in Enter the Dragon, which is ironic as the film inspired many elements of the first Mortal Kombat game, along with Big Trouble in Little China. One key parallel is Kitana and Liu Kang's exchange of glances, just as Li and Mei Ling do, who also like Liu Kang and Kitana, work together to overthrow the island's owner. Right after Shang Tsung states, "And now a taste of things to come."
See, Shark imagine no trouble in China. That's why I go, hey, they look like Raven. I remember watching that as a kid a couple years ago.
We hear the same gong sample that is heard when the character select screen pops up in Mortal Kombat 2. No introduction is needed for Sub-Zero's legendary freeze move, as it properly earns him a flawless victory as he took no damage. This could also be a reference to the younger brother Sub-Zero's snowball grenade fatality in Mortal Kombat 2. However, given his opponent's state, it should have also earned him a fatality. Goro is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, who also voices Cleveland Brown Jr. and has voiced Shredder in the 2012 TMNT show and its games, certainly an iconic voice actor. As Liu Kang tries to follow Kitana,
that part I didn't know about. Who voiced Goro is Cleveland Brown. Hey, maybe he's gonna do a Comic-Con or a con, get their autograph. Remember, there's more old now, so get it before.
Reptile demonstrates both his invisibility and acid spit when he catches Liu Kang off guard. During the fight with the guards, Sonya pulls off her sweep move from the game, Johnny pulls off his roundhouse, and Liu Kang's cartwheel kick could be a reference to his fatality from Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. The day the tournament starts, we're taken to a makeshift arena that would be the closest depiction of the courtyard from the first game. Liu Kang's opponent, the Fighting Monk, is portrayed by martial artist Hakeem Alston, a 4th degree Taekwondo black belt and a member of the USA Karate Team from 1984 to 1990. Hakeem was also in the show WMAC Masters, which aired a month after this film's release, and played a character called The Machine. Ho Sung Pak, who played Superstar, was also on the show and did the motion capture for Liu Kang in the first 2 games, and CHRIS Casamassa, who played Scorpion in this film, was also on the show as Red Dragon. Liu Kang's attire in this fight possibly inspired his attire in Mortal Kombat 4. Kang also uses the same kick from his fatality again, and springs up after the final kick like his character does in the games. Shang Tsung.
It's really cool that try to explain more in the martial arts background compared to James. Because James only know about the horror stuff, but try to know about the history, about the martial arts, study it.
Demonstrates his Soul Taker fatality on the monk after the fight ends. Sonya's attire in her fight with Kano is likely the inspiration for some of her future costumes later on in the franchise. The movie's costumes would also make an appearance as DLC in Mortal Kombat 11, as Bridget Wilson Sampras, Christopher Lambert, and Lyndon Ashby would lend their voice and likeness to the game. Kano's knife is a reference to his knife throw and blade swipe abilities from the games, but this is followed by Sonya's uppercut as she downs him, a nod to the neutral move being one of the strongest in the game. Sonya also pulls out a roundhouse and attempts a knee strike, but this is blocked as the...
Yeah, I remember when I do, doing the uppercut move, and the fall, then I go to him, then I do the uppercut, then keep on doing the uppercut. When we were playing the arcade version.
Move is one of her close-range kick moves in the first game. Sonya turns the tide with her leg grab special move and uses it as her finishing move as Shang Tsung quotes the famous saying from the game. Forest could be a nod to the living forest in Mortal Kombat 2, though it may be just a coincidence because the island itself is not an Outworld but between Outworld and Earthrealm. Ed Boon, one of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat, reprises his role as Scorpion's voice as he shouts, "Get over here!" and "Come here!" While not completely canon, the spear being a living creature does make sense as Scorpion is a hellspawn specter. As Johnny chases Scorpion, he performs his signature shadow kick, but is teleported to most likely the Netherrealm, which debuted in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, released 3 months after this film. Scorpion pulls off his hook punch, a close-range attack from Mortal Kombat 2, and tries to follow up with a roundhouse, also pulling out his throw from the games and his spring-up animation. Scorpion reveals his true form as he unmasks himself, a nod to his classic fatality as he attempts to perform this on Johnny. However, Cage gets the upper hand and leaves behind an autograph, a nod to his friendship from MK2. Sub-Zero attempts to throw Liu Kang with a signature throw from the games. Kang counters this and uses it against him. The legendary guitar
Strive, no more commercial, man. Oh, it's getting good. Just kidding.
Buckethead plays guitar for the musical track in the fight known as Goro vs. Art. Johnny Cage coaches Art to attack in and out, which is a very viable strategy in defeating Goro in the original game, as almost any close-range attacks are futile because of his ability to grab you. We see this demonstrated as Goro grabs Art and beats him, though slower and deliberate compared to the video game. Prior to this, Art manages to pull off a flying kick, making Goro stumble, another smart strategy as a flying kick can knock down Goro. One of Goro's back fists is similar to his uppercut in the game, as it does knock away Art. Because of the beating, Art ends up dizzy, similar to the opponents at the end of a fight in-game. Shang Tsung calls Goro's victory flawless, though it isn't accurate because Art actually lands a hit. In the original script, following Art's soul being taken by Shang Tsung, Liu Kang, Sonya, and Johnny bury Art underneath a statue of the Great Kung Lao. Goro's next fight with Johnny Cage is memorable for this reason. Johnny pulls off his signature split punch on Goro, giving him a huge advantage. Now, in the original game, you can technically land the punch, but you may get damage for your troubles, making it not worth it. However, in Mugen fan games and later games, you could pull off this move on bosses. The famous $500 sunglasses comment was also ad-libbed by Lyndon Ashby, and is probably one of the most iconic.
Like, remember, take $500. $500 glasses? Sheesh.
Quotes from the Mortal Kombat franchise as a whole. As Liu Kang and Cage arrive, the wastelands indeed look like their Mortal Kombat 2 counterpart. Right after Reptile merges with a statue, we hear a soundbite from Mortal Kombat 2 of Shao Kahn saying "Reptile" right as he springs into action. During the fight, Reptile pulls knee strikes from his close-range repertoire as seen in Mortal Kombat 2. One of my favorite moments of the film occurs. Liu Kang uses a bicycle kick on Reptile to finish the fight. This is very appropriate as the move debuted in Mortal Kombat 2, and it lines up with the film's current setting in Outworld. As Liu Kang performs the final stomp on Reptile, the music cue that plays is similar to future jingles we would hear throughout the franchise during fatalities. Before the final fight, Liu Kang performs his win pose from the video games. Shang Tsung uses a lot of spinning elbows, a nod to his close-range elbow attack from Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, and uses his other close-range move, the knee, which ironically barely causes Liu Kang to flinch. Liu Kang finishes the fight with an uppercut, demonstrating the strongest neutral move in the game. Liu Kang starts fighting Shang Tsung's warriors, one of them portrayed by Gerald Okamura, martial artist and stuntman known for other films such as Big Trouble in Little China, Samurai Cop, and Showdown in Little Tokyo. Gerald has studied Kendo, Aikido, Taekwondo, and Kung Fu Sanso. One of the other warriors wears a samurai helmet similar to that of Shao Kahn's, a nice nod to the Emperor of Outworld. Liu Kang manages to pull out his roundhouse from the first game, and as he catches up to Shang, the sorcerer demonstrates his morph ability again. The spikes rising from the floor is a nice reference to the infamous pit stage from the first game, and as Liu Kang corners Shang Tsung, the souls that are escaping are telling Liu Kang to finish him. The final attack to Shang is Liu Kang's signature fireball technique, knocking him to finish him. The final attack to Shang is Liu Kang's signature fireball.
For me, it doesn't look like it's fireball. It's just like a shock wave. I wait to do like the original fireball. Like Street Fighter is in you can. You see like that little ball floating.
Ball technique, knocking him into the spikes as Kang mocks Shang Tsung by saying, "Flawless victory." Let's also talk about some of the lore connections the movie made to the game's franchise. The opening and main musical theme that is now associated with the franchise as a whole is called Techno Syndrome. The iconic Mortal Kombat yell is from the Mortal Monday Mortal Kombat commercial, which was made to promote the home release of the original Mortal Kombat game in 1993. A year later in 1994, Mortal Kombat the album was released by Belgian techno duo The Immortals, which featured new original music sampling voices and sound effects from the game, featuring theme songs for each character outside of Shang Tsung and Reptile, and of course, the iconic Techno Syndrome. This song would go on to be used as the main theme for the first two movies, and also remixed for Mortal Kombat 2021. The opening scene depicts Liu Kang's nightmare of Shang Tsung fighting his brother Chan. Though the movie is mostly retelling of the original Mortal Kombat's events, there are some differences here. Instead of his elderly appearance, Shang Tsung is younger, similar to his Mortal Kombat 2 appearance, and in the original game storyline, Chan's name was Chao and rumored to be missing before the tournament. Sonya's introductory scene with her partner Jax is canon with their in-game backstory of working as special forces. Similar to the game's story, she is tracking down Kano, who has allied himself with Shang Tsung. A fun fact, Trevor Goddard's...
You realize, so you realize that Shang Tsung was younger. Like every time you play the video game, getting younger, and later on he's getting more old. And Kano and Sonya is the rivalry based in the game also.
Portrayal of Kano retconned his character to be Australian, and Kano sometimes mirrors Trevor's features, including the black hair and beard, starting with Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Rest in peace. When Master Boyd visits Johnny, the tournament is mentioned for the first time, and Master Boyd is revealed to be Shang Tsung, showing off one of the first special moves from the original game, morphing into other people. Liu Kang's backstory is also pretty accurate to the game. He returns home in the next scene to the Temple of Light in China, mirroring his game counterpart's backstory. As a Shaolin monk, Liu Kang was a member of the Order of Light, which the organization and Thunder God Raiden formed the White Lotus Society right after Goro had defeated the Great Kung Lao. The society's purpose was to pick the best champions of Earthrealm and teach them how to defend Earthrealm from the threats of other worlds, according to the lore. Speaking of Raiden, he makes his introduction in the scene, mirroring his stance and displaying part of his powers as mirrored in the first game. Similar to Trevor Goddard, Christopher Lambert's portrayal retconned Raiden's appearance starting in Deadly Alliance, as the character would have long white hair from then on out, as it was initially written for his character to have long black hair, though rarely displayed. The attire that Kano wears in the shipboarding scene and the previous scene he was in is similar to what Jarek wears in Mortal Kombat 4, who was a clone-like replacement gameplay-wise for Kano, as he was presumed to be dead after the events of Mortal Kombat 3, including the updates Ultimate and MK Trilogy, until his death was retconned in Deadly Alliance. Similar to the events before the game, Sonya follows Kano onto the boat and chases him to Shang Tsung's island. Once the combatants arrive on the island, Sonya's radio does not work and the compass is constantly spinning. This is another...
So, I didn't know about Kano background story. I only know the rivalry Sonya and him.
Lore accurate detail, as Shang Tsung's island is located between the realms of both Earthrealm and Outworld on the Lost Sea, which would explain why later on Outworld is easily reached. When Liu Kang sees Kitana for the first time, her royalty is briefly mentioned by Shang Tsung, as we're also introduced to Reptile, a nod to his status as a secret character in the first game and also his true form. During the feast scene, Prince Goro is mentioned for the first time, similarly to the game's introduction of the reigning champion, also making his royalty title known. Following the feast, Goro elaborates on Shang Tsung's powers, specifically how he can take people's souls and they become his slaves, referencing Shang Tsung's ability to absorb souls and use the abilities of the fighters. However, Shokan is mentioned as a realm and not a race, though later on the realm where the Shokan reside was retconned to Kuatan. Kano also makes a passing reference to the Black Dragon organization and how he's the boss of it back home. Shang Tsung warns Goro of the descendant of the Great Kung Lao, alluding to the Shaolin monk who lost to Goro but previously defeated Shang Tsung in the game's canon. Shang also warns of the Emperor's daughter, making note of her rightful heir to Edenia, though now known as Outworld, citing the Mortal Kombat 2 storyline. After the Chosen Three fight Shang Tsung's guards, Raiden discusses the sorcerer's past, as he was a former champion who was upset by the Great Kung Lao. Goro's off-screen winning streak, as mentioned in the original game's intro, is demonstrated in a montage as he beats his opponents. As he makes his entrance before his fight with Art, he poses and roars, similar to the game's intro as well. Though not part of the original lore, similar to what occurred in this movie with Trevor Goddard and Christopher Lambert, Johnny Cage and Goro's rivalry is mentioned in later games, specifically in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. In the intro, Johnny Cage is beaten and thrown by Goro, but Cage later gets his revenge by performing his SNES exclusive fatality, the Forceful Shadow Kick, on Goro. Sonya's capture alludes to the first two games. While pursuing Kano to Shang Tsung's island, Sonya and her unit were captured, and Blade agreed to participate in the tournament in exchange for her unit's release in safety.
So, man, I like the background. I like the art. Looks pretty sick. Yeah, I feel like Sonya Team them was captured also in the movie, but not Jack.
With Shang Tsung did not hold up his part of the deal and had her unit killed. In Mortal Kombat 2, after Shang Tsung's defeat, Sonya disappears during the chaos and is captured and held prisoner by Shao Kahn. Raiden mentions the Wastelands of Outworld, a stage in the second game, and how he cannot follow, which is also lore accurate. In order to help with the tournament in the second game, Raiden gave up his godhood to help Earthrealm's fighters. Reptile also follows them into Outworld, a reference to his appearance in the second game and how he survived the events of the first game. Following the fight with Reptile, Kitana meets up with Johnny and Liu Kang and talks more about the events prior to the film. She talks about King Jared and Edenia being merged with Outworld, alluding to the lore from Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3. Before the next scene, we get another pan up the Black Tower, similar to Mortal Kombat 2's arcade ladder animation. As seen in the Khan's Arena stage in Mortal Kombat 2, Sonya is being held prisoner. When Shang Tsung explodes into light after being defeated by Liu Kang, this references the ending of the Mortal Kombat games. The first game has Shang Tsung releasing all the souls as multiple lights flash. Mortal Kombat 2 has Shao Kahn exploding as he shakes and it cycles through the stages, and in Mortal Kombat 3, Shao Kahn is engulfed in a green light and then explodes. During the ending scene, the two couples, Liu Kang and Kitana, and Sonya and Johnny, are somewhat nods to the game. Mortal Kombat 3 was the first hint between Liu and Kitana, becoming canon in Mortal Kombat 4 and onward even in the next timeline, while Johnny and Sonya get together in the rebooted timeline. Shao Kahn makes his appearance as he quotes Mortal Kombat 2 by saying, "Bow to me, and you weak pathetic fools," as the film ends. Finally, let's talk about some of the craziest Easter eggs in the film. Believe it or not, Johnny Cage uses Scorpion's own moves against him to defeat him. He launches a spear at Scorpion which lands, and uses a nearby shield to slice Scorpion in a similar manner to the ninja's fatality from Mortal Kombat 2. Another crazy fight-ending Easter egg is that when Liu Kang throws the water into Sub-Zero's freezing aura, he defeats his opponent with the double ice backfire. In the original game, if you froze your opponent as Sub-Zero and attempted to freeze them again, Sub-Zero would become frozen while the opponent would unfreeze. During Liu Kang's fight with Reptile, one of the windows is pulled directly from the tower stage for Mortal Kombat 2. Shout out to Mortal Kombat Minute podcast for pointing this one out. One cool detail about this same fight is that Liu Kang uses strategies from his friends against Reptile. He uses an object to spin around and kick Reptile, just like Johnny Cage did to Scorpion, though how Liu Kang would have known this happened is unknown, as the fight happened in private, though it's likely Johnny told Liu Kang what happened, and he also uses a leg grab to toss Reptile, just like Sonya used a leg grab on Kano. I haven't seen the film in a while, but when I rewatched it for Easter eggs and analyzed.
Same here. It's been a while. I watched Mortal Kombat, but I need to rewatch it. I bet it's on Tubi, so I'm gonna watch that Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2.
The film, the movie is more accurate to the games than I remember. It's a shame that it didn't have gore due to New Line wanting to market the movie to teenagers, but it's easily one of the most accurate video game movies of the 90s and easily the best one in that era. Thankfully today, video game movies are much more enjoyable compared to 30 years ago and also accurate to what we saw in the late 90s and 2000s, and here's hoping that Mortal Kombat 2 surpasses its sequel. Check out my previous analysis of Mortal Kombat 95 and Mortal Kombat 2021.
Alright, what do you think about Stripe talking about Mortal Kombat movie, like more information about different backgrounds of martial artists, learning about it? This is something new for me. because some Easter eggs are hidden I didn't know about. So, like, comment, share. See you in the next video. Peace. And I'll be back for coupon for this song. So I need to go to the restroom. So we're taking a commercial break, and our main event is the JDF interview with Scorpion Christopher. Okay.
I could play the background. I could play the background. 'Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead? And I could play the background. And you could take the lead.
Yeah. No more hand records, no more fake friends. Too many people switch when the story ends. Keyboard warriors typing like they know me. Talking real loud, but they never really show me. Money is the root of all evil, I seen it. People lose their soul every day just to reach it. Smiles turn fake when the cash starts speaking. Hearts grow cold when the jealousy creeping. I got new friends, they believe since day one. Stay right beside me when the dark nights come. Never switch sides when the battles weren't won. Now we thank God for the things he's done. Only person that I trust is God above. Everybody else changed when life gets rough. So I keep my faith and I walk with love. Even when this whole world ain't enough.
I could play the background. I could play the background. 'Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead? And I could play the background. And you could take the lead.
I seen envy turn brothers into strangers. Seen fake love bring nothing but danger. Everybody wanna act tough on the internet, but real life pain got a different effect. So I stay focused, keeping God first. Even through the stress and the hurt. Every lesson in life gave me worth. Even when I fell, buried in the dirt. No more fake smiles, I can read lies. Too many masks hiding real eyes. But I still pray for the lost soul. Trying to fill emptiness with gold. 'Cause money can't save you when your spirit weak. Can't buy peace when your heart can't sleep. That's why every single night I seek God's voice every time I speak.
When the world turns dark, you still light my way. When my faith feels weak, you help me stay. Through every storm, you never leave. So I give you all of me and let you lead. Yeah, I could play the background. I could play the background. 'Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead?
No keyboard warriors. Only God I trust. You take the lead.
Alright guys, so I'm back. Now time for the main event. Jason, as you know, Jason David Frank play Tommy Oliver at the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. And the new movie coming out, Legend of the White Dragon, played as Eric Reed. So he did an interview with Christopher, who played as Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat movie in 1995. So it was during the pandemic 2020. And so you can talk about it, and it's fair use.
All right, we are live again. Sorry, technical glitch. Good old FaceTime. Anyway, welcome to episode 2. Yesterday we had Leo Rush, which was he's a superstar, man, WWE, but he also writes. He's got amazing songs. We had an in-depth conversation yesterday, which was pretty cool. I already talked about the giveaways. These are the giveaways that we gave away.
So if you missed yesterday's live stream, I cover Little Rush from WWE. Now he's in AEW. So I'm doing this like a whole interview series with Jason David Frank. Interview all the his celebrities, voice actor, Power Ranger actor. So this is a series I want to do because it's really good and teach you like a lesson in life.
Away yesterday, and the way we do that is we just screen shoot it, and then we pick you as a winner. So you have to comment below. Hello, sir. I'm about to. I think I see you there. I'm gonna pull you in just a second. These are signed exclusive prints. There's only 500 of them, so we gave those out. And it's just everyone likes the word free nowadays with things going on. All the hectic. Now's the time where you guys can just tune in and just get your mind away from all this craziness, because I do believe God's got us. So I'm going to give out White Ranger pictures today, 8x10s. I thought it was appropriate, and we're just going to screen shoot it, and we're going to pick 3 winners. I thought it was appropriate because my next guest is my instructor who pretty much brought me up through the martial arts. It's CHRIS CASAMASSA. You guys know him as Scorpion and the Mortal Kombat and a ton of other things. He's a 9th degree black belt. He's got it. We're going to talk about his books and all this stuff, and pretty much practically raised me. What we're going to talk about today is I never really talk about it, his Hollywood stuff. I just grew up around it. I didn't get a chance to ask questions. It was a matter of chance of doing push-ups, kicks, and I just did my curriculum and katas. So 2 reasons now that you're on here, Shion, I call you sensei, but I was 2 reasons. I had long hair because of your Red Dragon Karate, and I work hard because of Red Dragon Karate.
So Red Dragon Karate, it was JDF Karate School, and Christopher, he's the one. It's the Hollywood actor playing Mortal Kombat, Scorpion from the 1995.
So you definitely, I would say, raised me with good ethics and how to be a champion. So we're gonna bring in. Let me just check out your request here. You have to send a request. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let me just pull it in right now. Sorry. Hold on one second. This is yesterday was okay. Today's a little more difficult. I see.
Okay, so I think we probably have a technical glitch, one that I probably having trouble fixing right now. No. Let's see if this works. I believe we got it.
There we go.
Oh my
Look
God.
at that.
How are
did
you?
it. I was looking for the button, man. I'm not that tech savvy.
Hey, we didn't have this stuff back growing up. I was just
No
telling
kidding.
No, I was telling all the fans, sometimes I got to go and get my daughter and teach me the abbreviations, what this means, what that means.
Right.
So JDF is learning how to do Instagram Live, but back in the day, we don't have the technology. Now we do. So Jenna helped JDF, Jason Dave Frank, out how to use Instagram Live.
We had the old-fashioned days. We were in the old-fashioned days, which is great.
Yeah.
But you look great, man.
Thank you. I'm trying to make sure my camera stays and everything. It's great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in forever.
I know it's been a long time, but you look great, man. I follow it. If you guys just tuned in, because the people are tuning in all the time, Jason and Frank, the Green Ranger, my instructor, CHRIS Casamassa, who played the Mortal Kombat and a bunch of other stuff that I want to ask you, because I was busy for that. We were training, so I kind of grew up around it. You guys were rock stars around me, so I didn't think twice about it. Everybody was like, "Oh, you train with, the Casamassas even back then," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty much part of the family, your dad and everybody." So, if you just tuned in, welcome. My instructor, CHRIS Casamassa. There are a few things. There's actually a lot of things I told everyone. I'm responsible for long hair because we were rocking the long hair before 1993, right?
True.
We had the black belt necklaces. People will see me out. I don't have it now, but brother, make those necklaces that we had. And
right.
So, but anyway, if you haven't checked out, I'm sure they have because you've got a huge fan base. But I'm just amazed with your training. You're just as good as you were then, and not even better now.
Oh.
Christopher also a martial artist who trained JDF to become a martial artist.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
I'm watching.
I'm a big believer in leadership by example, right? I can't tell people to do something that I'm not doing myself.
That's right.
That's it. We got to lead by example.
I'll tell you, that's the proof, and that's something you taught me, is how to be a hard work, how to be a hard worker, but put passion to it. I tell you, every time I look at your Instagram, or Tammy looks at the Instagram, everyone, they just go like, "Did he teach you?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I got that. I got those principles. So every time I know the phones are ringing there. And you even taught me how to answer the phone. That's no
Hello,
lie.
and thank you for calling Red Dragon Karate. How may I help you?
Thank you for calling Red Dragon. That's the truth. I mean, people don't really see that. I think in one of the things I learned from you now, being a businessman, is that how much passion you taught me to have for stuff. I mean, I remember you'd always tell me too, "Hey, look busy, dude. I don't care what I do. I catch myself telling people, look busy. What do I do? Straighten stuff up. Hey, how you doing today?" And it was one of those things that I always admired you for. So when people thank me for, "Hey, thank you for being a hard worker," it starts from being a kid training with you guys. So
thank you.
I just wanted to
listen, I appreciate you saying that, but it also takes someone who's willing to listen, who's willing to learn, and who's willing to implement. And you were always that guy, right? You took direction well, and you listened, and listen, you did so great. You inspired me. So we're a good team.
Well, thank you, man. I look forward to seeing you now. I do want to ask a few things because, like I said, you were just, for me, amazing instructor, part of my family. And I look now and I'm injured and I'm looking, you just pop. And I'm like, oh my God. I told my family, I said, here, I'm turning 47. I said, my instructor's just as good, if not better now, doing things that I'm injured. When you're injured, it's just really.
So this was 2020. So JDF was 47 years old. After 49, he passed away.
This is your mind up. But things I never asked you, and you know that, I was busy learning from you because karate was my heart and passion, is all this stuff, Scorpion and Mortal Kombat, and you inspired me to be an actor, though. You really did. It was a big thing. I mean, I looked up to you and it inspired you. I remember the day when we got the call and they said,
we're looking for people between this age and this age who are talented martial artists. Do you know anyone? And I go, man, I have the perfect kid. I got a young hotshot who fits that role perfectly. And we sent you down there, and you met the Saban people and just crushed your audition.
Yeah.
And
So then to Christopher that helped JDF to become an actor. And we got Tommy Oliver because of that. So then to Christopher that make JDF a star.
I appreciate
it.
it.
Superstar, man. That was awesome.
I appreciate it. Well, you guys were definitely.
The only reason I was mad, you know why I was mad? Because I couldn't come to work anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, the kid's in the movies. He's in
I know. It is
now
one of
teaching
those
all the
things.
classes.
It is one of those things. But, you know, I everyone who watches, man, we all grow up when we grow through stuff. You know, my whole life was on one of these. But one thing that I always try to remain, and you taught me too, is remain to be humble. That's harder. It's harder to be humble. So my thing got me through was karate, teaching karate. I mean, I did it every single day. My mom and dad brought me to karate. I remember we lived in Fontana, and my mom would drive me to Covina because I wanted you as an instructor. And sorry, everyone else. It was a 45-minute drive. And my mom said, what about here? No disrespect. What about Upland? I don't want to go to Upland. I was one of those kids. I want to go to Covina. So it's just amazing to talk to you. But I do want to hear a little bit about your experience on Mortal Kombat, because I will truthfully say that we were too busy training, doing the kick, punch, and blocks, and we didn't have time for all the Hollywood stuff. Because even though Red Dragon was known for kicking.
Remember, JDF was born at West Covina here in California. San California.
But taking names, but also in the Hollywood industry. So
Right.
I just kind of grew up in that. What was your experience with the Mortal Kombat? I'm curious.
Well, listen, it was an amazing experience, and like you, the fans of Mortal Kombat are so dedicated and loyal. I just wanted to do it justice. I was a big fan of the game before the movie came out. My two favorite characters were Raiden, that I played all the time, and Scorpion. Those were the two. So when the opportunity came up to audition for that, and you already know that when I went to the first audition, they said all the roles were filled.
Yeah.
Like Scorpion wasn't open, ain't nothing, and it was just a live audition for background fighters. And again, because of Red Dragon, we have a talent that kind of scaled us up a little bit. The producer saw, like, hey, why don't you come back? And I came back. I ended up going back 3 times, and I was like, wow, it is hard to get in a movie for a background.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the very end that it came down to me and 2 other guys, and they just said, the director walked up, shook my hand, he goes, welcome to Mortal Kombat. You're going to be Scorpion.
Yep. That's great.
It's pretty cool. And I mean, listen, the producers, the directors, they took such great care of me. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been going on for, what, 20, 25 years now?
Oh,
So
I know.
It's cool. It's been a good run.
Things become a classic after 20 years. Your car sits in your garage for 15 years, nobody cares. 18 years, nobody cares. As soon as it's 20, it's bam, it becomes a classic. You know, that's kind of what we did. For me, I know you were inspiration on tournament scene, NASCAR-rated competitor, first you always win all the time, which that's what I'm saying. Lead by an example. I'd always watch, and you'd have trophies everywhere, huge trophies. So you were a NASCAR-rated competitor, and I competed and break in. I remember all these stories. But when it came to an audition, I just treated it like a tournament. I was like, okay, you know, treated it like a tournament. Probably did, I don't know, American Form 1, something really easy at that time. But you can, the easy stuff, you can make it look like master. You know, someone can throw a kick or a punch, and I know you know this. You can look at them for 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and know exactly where they fit in your curriculum.
Yep.
Although we have to be polite.
We have to be polite. That's true.
And you got to watch at least 15 minutes of it. But so that was, and then when you did the people are commenting too, the WMAC Masters, right? When you did that, you were the Red Dragon.
That's correct.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. The best part of that was they go, so we're thinking about character names, and what do you think of this name, that name? And I go, I got a good name that we could use. And they go, what's that? And I go, Red Dragon. And they go, that sounds good. And I was like, yeah, what a easy name to remember. And I go, I can wear a red outfit. It'll be cool.
Perfect. That's great. You know what's great about karate too is just you're just, like you said, is the proof in being humble, man. It's been so many years, but it seems like yesterday. I still, no matter what, you're my instructor. You know, it don't matter what degree. And I always remember you would train us, which I know you train millions of people, but hey, you know, when you ever compete against your instructor, that's it. No, that's the way it is. It doesn't matter. So in my head, you know, when the Scorpion and the Green Ranger beatdown came on, this is just a personal thing. Fans don't know me know this personally, but when the superpower beatdown said, okay, we're going to take the White Ranger versus Scorpion, and I went, oh.
This was Scorpion versus White Ranger with Ben and the Sun. If you watch it, it was great.
God. So they started filming, and Aaron said, hey, you know, we're gonna do the and that was, it's kind of filmed a little bit late. Then I kind of jumped in and told them, oh man, my instructor. So it was like, oh my gosh, you know, because social media was catching up then, and more hearsay. But when I did that, I was like, oh God, I can't win. So there's two alternate versions. One version that was completely cut because it was violence. I mean, Scorpion chopped the White Ranger off. It was like rolling down the street. So Aaron's probably like,
yeah, I'm busy right now. It's me. Sorry guys, my sister that came from a different state come. So yeah, so when this stream is over, we're gonna eat. So let's finish with the JDF, and that's it.
Don't talk about it, but we can that footage. But there's two alternate versions, which I'm happy. So Scorpion does kick Tommy's butt in there, but that was one thing that I think coming up in rank now. You got a lot of younger guys, and you know the UFC. We used to train. I mean, we train hard. That was before UFC was UFC. We would train hard. Mr. Fisher and we'd come down all the time. Students that are watching me now, I'm just telling them that when I grew up, I had to say yes sensei, no sensei, yes sensei, no sensei. But then the word sir came in. And then Mr. Fisher would teach class on Thursday. And he would tell me, no, these are things probably you don't remember because me as a kid, he would say, you know, sir. And I said, yes, sensei. You know, he's sir. So we'd say, yes, sir. And I never forget, he came up to me and he said, how many pairs of shoes do you have? And I went, I don't know, 3 or 4 pairs. He says, that's the difference between your people and my people. My people fight for shoes. You have 4 pairs of shoes. And I was like, I'll fight for shoes. That was that was my turning thing where, you know, and people that are watching, we man, it was great curriculum. We sparred. I mean, it was just, I remember sparring you just as a kid. It's just, so I ultimately respect you. And you're doing some great stuff. I pulled your box out real quick. I got a Red Dragon box, everybody. And if you're familiar with Loot Crate, this is kind of like the feel of the Loot Crate Comic-Con box, but it's full of karate, awesome stuff. It's a Red Dragon box. And I just saved it because I want to show everyone when you sign up. I believe you get it as a student.
That's right.
Okay.
We call it the.
That's really cool. I wish I didn't know that, because when I first time met Jason, it was 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah, by 2021, when I first time met Jason, David Frank. If I know a while back, I probably have more autographs of Jason.
Yeah, we call it the Wow Box.
It is definitely in the Wow Box. It is definitely the Wow Factor. We got the T-shirt, we got wristbands, stickers. But the most important thing, besides the Wow Factor, because I said wow and I still have it, I don't really want to mess it up. I kind of liked it with a kid. You know, your dad used to get comic books off me. I used to have to keep things clean, but not wrinkled. But the bully proof.
Succeeding on your quest is not.
Fitness, bulletproof fitness in there. You want to talk a little bit about your book? Just kind of.
I do, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. So, as you know, because you're a big proponent of bullying as well, it's a really bad epidemic. Now, there's another epidemic going through America right now with this coronavirus, but when that goes away, bullying will still be here, unfortunately. So, you and I are doing some great things by helping kids become bully proof and fit. And part of my mission and my passion, my purpose right now is to help 1 million kids become bully proof and fit by 2025. And I travel the country teaching these clinics at martial arts schools, at public schools, anywhere I can get in. Later on this year, I'll be launching a live training program. We already have an app that is 100% free because I don't do this to make money from it. I do it to help kids. So right now we've done like 59,000.
Dang. So that's really cool what Chris saying, that it help kids learn martial arts. I just want to know, Daniel Romero, do you have the book of the Red Dragon? I know you're a big fan of JDF.
127 kids have gone through the bully proof course.
That's crazy.
So we're trying to get 1 million, and like you got so many followers, they're going to see this and hear about it. So that'll be good. To do. So that's, we're trying to do our part to help America and to help kids everywhere. Because listen, you were a kid and I was a kid in martial arts, so we had that benefit of having a safety net of something that gave us confidence to stand tall in the face of adversity. And there's so many kids that don't have that. And now with the rise of social media and online bullying and all that stuff, there's a lot of the kids that don't have that confidence that need that help. And that's why, you and I are out there fighting the good fight and trying to help kids around the world.
That's a great thing. One of my friends, Mike Bronzoulis, is a fighter, and he called me yesterday, and I had a brief conversation with him. And he said it's funny how many people used to make fun of him doing karate, but yet he's a really strong, dominant fighter now. So, we stood up at that time when, the Karate Kid, all that stuff. We kind of, I took it. I mean, I used to have a Comic-Con comic Wolverine shirt a long time ago because, collect the comics. Your dad loved that, and he would always buy them off me. But, it felt good having karate. But
yeah, Jason is a big fan of Wolverine. That's his favorite character from the X-Men.
Also, I think at that time, people were like, ooh, you doing karate? And with social media now, you have a lot of social media keyboard warriors. You got someone coming out that are always want to say something about you, which is fine. But what I like about you that I learned as well is that you always have numbers. And that's what people don't have, is they don't know specific numbers. Like people you've helped. The number, even people with finance, the number of your account, your home phone number, if we lose our phone, I don't have the number. I'm just going to hit a Scorpion on the phone. That's it. So knowing your numbers, and for sure, I really like the whole bully proof thing, because I could speak for proof, right? I'm before 7 years old. I grew up underneath you. You taught me that. I'm definitely not getting bullied, but I'm not a punk. You got the 2 C's, the confidence and cockiness. I got them both, but I'm not cocky, and there's a fine line of that. And you taught me that really well. And so, yeah, they say proof is in the pudding, but that's true. And it's so crazy. I got the old dad's book here. And I got to tell you, your dad is he always looked like a rock star, man. He's doing good. Everyone's doing good.
My dad's doing good. He's the OG, man, and you know that. He's a living legend, and you and I give him props all the time. I just don't think industry-wide that he gets the props that he deserves. Like he started, if you think about it, he started the whole mixed martial arts movement. I mean,
just annoy the phone in the background with Jason. Remember, this is his Instagram.
The Dragon was the original mixed martial arts. He was doing that in the 60s, in the 1960s, before anybody even thought about it. So to me, he's like a martial arts Michelangelo. Like he created and did this whole thing. I'm just helping to carry on the legacy and the legend of what he did, and to try and improve it and make it better down the line. But he's doing good. And he told me, I told him I was going to talk to you today. He said to tell you hello.
I'll tell him I said hi.
He said you still can't block the
oh no, God, we did the old block. I'll tell you when I'm going to hit you with the ring thing, and you're going to block it. And I'll say now, and you block. And it was like now. And so he just hit me so fast that I couldn't even. He told me when to block, but it was super fast. And he is definitely an ultimate legend. The only difference is, you see, me and you me, you, Karen on Legacy, he's too busy doing karate and training to have social media back then. That's what I'm saying. Me and you, we talk punch kick, block kicks, intros. We talk that stuff. So he is, and I always tell everybody, man, about the UFC and about. I said we did all that at Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Like I remember when 16, 17, 18, 12, we did that. And so even the black belt test nowadays, I always look at that. My test is still long. It's meaty. It's not just quick, come and go, 20 minutes. Now, I will say this, if I'm an instructor and teach me 5-6 years close, I know what you know. But sometimes I got so many students now that I do sit on the board, and that stamp of approval, people can't get no more.
Right.
They can't get what your dad has. Everyone calls for rank. There's a lineage. People aren't no more. Their certificates and kanji stamps really don't cut it no more.
Right.
So people need it, and that's kind of what your dad, the legacy of your dad. And I'm telling you, man, he used to come into the dojo, and I know he's your dad. You grew up around it, but when he come in the dojo, even with you were the main instructor, and come in the dojo, and we just like, oh God, no movies mattered, nothing mattered except just staring at your dad and thinking, I want to be like you. Even when he movements, and even Mr. Fisher too. Mr. Fisher was fast. You wouldn't think he would.
No.
But I always respect my higher ranks and respect people, and that's nowadays when you got these younger ranks calling you out. That's why I say proof is in the heart. Right. There's no need to prove anything, because if you really were a martial artist and you're a 4th degree calling a higher degree out, shame on you.
Right.
Put right back where you're at. You got to line in as far as respect, like the military.
Right.
You know? And you always taught me too. I know you're probably thinking teach everyone everything, but always respect if you don't respect, and I have this issue, if they don't like what they're doing on a personal level, respect the rank. When you're in my dojo, respect the rank. You might not have to respect what they're doing or the person, but in my dojo, you fall in place. That's the way it is.
Yep.
So what school are you at right now?
I'm in.
Yeah, so basically what JD is saying, respect. So basically respect to order persons, or like in your when that at the dojo you have to spit the black belt link or sensei, like higher duration.
Glendora.
Okay, you're in Glendora. You got a lot of books behind you.
I do a lot of reading, man. I believe knowledge is power, so I stay on. But you see this thing over my shoulder here?
I see that.
I mean, it's not as cool as the thing behind you, but hey, I got a pop doll. You got a pop doll.
Yeah, I got the pop dolls. I got the toys. I was that. There's Bloodshot out this week, but I got a bunch of stuff back here.
Wow.
But man, I'm looking forward to seeing you. You know, we're gonna be getting you in that Legend of the White Dragon. It's a couple friends that I know. I just you know how the Hollywood industry is. I really hate that, but everything's meant to be.
Yep.
Everything's meant to be. So when we work together, I'm really excited, and I'd like to do, a show too. Comic-Con fans always ask about you. I think just beyond this, you see, this is like what I like is that people are signing something that has value. This is value. Autographs and pictures are value too. This is value too. But this has like material that can change the world. And if people step up, if you're not bullied, maybe they don't know what it's all about. But nowadays with the social media bullying and all that other stuff, I mean, your dad will do, we had Rapist Beware before all, I mean, he would always do things like that.
Yeah.
If people wanted to go on, is there an easy way to get on here that they can, because people are lazy sometimes. Is there an easy way where they can go and subscribe, or you have an Instagram, or where do you want them to go?
100%.
So if you want to purchase the book, there he is, guys. Let me check that PDF version of the book, or so I can let them read it, or what?
The book is available on Amazon around the world. So anywhere that you are in the world, just type in Bullyproof Fitness on Amazon. That book will pop up. The app is in the App Store for iTunes and the Google Play Store for Android. It is free. There's a bunch of videos and resources.
Ooh, free. I have an Android and iPhone. Download it, guys. Download some free materials so you can listen to it.
Courses in there for parents and for kids. They can follow along in there. And I'm constantly adding things into the app as well because, like I said, I really am passionate about helping kids get bully-proof and strong. And I just want to thank you for getting on here and getting some more exposure to it. I really appreciate it. And listen, you said earlier that I've taught thousands of kids, and I have probably over 100,000 at this point. But there's about 12 that I remember, and you are one of them. You're one of my standouts, one of my stars. You were like a little brother to me. You still are to this day. And we had a lot of good times together, and I'll never forget that. But you learned the lessons well, and you listened, and you were always respectful, always humble, and you always gave back. And that's what makes you unique, and that's why I remember you over all the hundreds of thousands of people I've ever met and taught. And by the way, Comic-Con would be cool. I would love to do a Comic-Con with you. It'd be awesome.
I think Comic-Cons would be great. I look forward to working with you too behind the camera. I'll be honest, when I was young, you always, you got that good look presence of yourself. I looked like a little baby. I was trying to be like, oh, I'd love to play a cop, but you had that role and you had everything going. So now I look forward to actually doing something with you where I'm not just a little baby like I was when I was 16. Yeah. But, but I just would say something, then we'll go. But everyone who's watching here, I think the best thing about this is that you might look and you might think, oh, what are they selling? You already heard it. This stuff's free. Register and you can get the book on Amazon. It's not a profitable thing. That's what I like about it, is that we're adding value to this world right now that everybody wants. So for my audience, I like them because they give like me and you. You took the time out of the day. I'm writing stuff down. I'm so excited about it. Haven't got a chance to see you like this ever in my whole entire FaceTime thing. It's super crazy. And then now we can continue doing things together and I guess change the world. So anything you ever need from me or my fans can catch you at Chris Casamassa.
Yep, ChrisCasamassa.com.
Chris Casamassa. And I have a lot of people that run schools too. If you guys, it's not about running a school and making profit. The first thing you need to have is passion. But if you want to learn how to, I guess, how would you say that? How would you say someone that wants to learn a school about passion or?
Well, yeah, listen, at the bottom, it doesn't matter what you do. If you don't have passion for it, then get out of it, right? If you're just in it for the money, then people are going to smell that right away, and then you're never going to do well. If you're like you and I are passionate about the martial arts. I love what I do. You love what you do. When we teach, anybody that wants.
Yep, you can have passion, guys. You have passion, like reading a book, writing a book, create something, become a YouTuber. You need to have the patience. Because some YouTubers just doing it for the money.
But I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the passion. It really is true to my heart of helping people. The money is a byproduct of what we do. If there's school owners that are watching, there's three categories, right? There's income, impact, and lifestyle. So we all want to make income, but ultimately, if you want to make a bigger impact in your community, then you have to run a business that helps you survive so you can live the lifestyle that you want. And we have those three components and the passion, magic happens.
Yeah, it's so true. I think I was looking for it because I'm being brought back to being a kid again and working under you and training people when they come in what to say or what not to say. And it's one of those things where you said, we don't just kick, punch, and block here.
Right.
If you're looking for punch, kicks, and blocks, go somewhere else. We're teaching the values. We're teaching the core of what a punch, block, and a kick is. So when people watch a snap kick, you'd be surprised how many instructors pick up that, okay, chamber, lift, back, down, to learn how to, I guess, translate the arts.
Right.
Everyone can translate a Bible that's either boring or you're Joel Osteen and motivating. So I think your translation. But people, I think, need to understand the translation. And you adapted very well. So anybody, for sure, my school and my success wouldn't be where I was without that hard work ethics, honestly. And I just personally wanted to thank you, man. And I look forward to seeing you, working with you. And I'm sure right after we get off this, I already know, like I told Leo, we will. I did with him too. We'll text each other. That was awesome. Let's do it again. Let's work together. So I'm going to text you anyway, the same thing, how awesome it was. But I do look forward to working with you and doing some stuff. And like I said, anytime you need me to go down there and teach, I'll be at home. It's not about the money. I don't care about I just go teach karate. And I think that's speaks for itself. And like you said, to be awesome as you are still right now, like I'm not even saying that you were as good then and you're as good now. And when you see someone like me that's got injury, it inspires you. To have my instructor from back then still inspiring you, that's like really unheard of, in my opinion.
Well, thank you, man. Listen, I appreciate that. I feel like the Grinch right now. My heart is growing 3 sizes bigger just hearing you say that. So I really appreciate it. But listen, it's good to be humble, but you're no slouch, man. You're crushing it. You're doing great things. You're helping a lot of people. So it's awesome to see that you're living the lifestyle, right? You're not just walking the walk. You're talking the talk. You're doing both parts, and that's true leadership. And that's why I'm proud to call you my friend.
Oh, well, thank you, man. One thing I wanted to ask you, and then we'll let you go, is that my students today, we started, we're encouraging I hear students in the background, which is great. I told my instructors and everyone today that we need our mental training. We need to not let go of our mental state and training the kids mentally instead of just letting this virus take over everything. I'm trying to train the brain, and that's what my students are doing. And we're doing some online classes as well. Do you have any suggestions for other people that are like, oh, I'm too scared to come to karate type of thing?
Well, listen, everyone's got to do what they feel is right for themselves and their family. So I pass no judgment, right? If you're worried about this virus, then stay home. That's totally cool. I've got, I should have 30, 40 students in the class behind me right now. I think I've got 6 or 7. The rest of them have decided to stay home, but we're doing a lot of virtual training. We've got a Zoom set up. We've got webinars set up. We've got online set up. So people that are staying at home can still train with us so that you don't miss out on the value.
That's what's really good back in the 2020. It sucked the coronavirus came that year. People losing like their job, students, school, everything. But glad they did it online to help kids to do karate still. Good for them.
The training. And that's the crazy thing about this coronavirus was a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's 3 times more contagious than the flu. There's no cure for it at the moment. Most of the people at risk are, in 60s and 70s, so they're a little bit older, but anyone can be a carrier. So that's the scary part of it. So I always tell people, listen, do what you feel is right for you. Stay safe, sanitize your hands, wash your hands, cough in the elbow. Yeah. It's all the basics of what, our moms told us when we were little. Yeah, which is true. And that's why I'm telling students to encourage them to practice at home, because how many, I'd say, Billy Blanks, so, all the stuff we got, VHS tapes, DVDs, how many of those actually end up under the bed? Almost all of them, because no one has the discipline to actually watch it maybe one time and then they want to work out. So now's the time to really give yourself discipline, to go home and make yourself train your brain. I tell people, like I have an introduction class. It's like, say, an intro class, 4 or 5 at Red Dragon back in the days. It's like an introductory class, but I teach them that you have to have the discipline, and it's actually going to make you become a better martial artist, because in class, we're captivated by you. I was, as a kid, captivated by you, but go home and practice, But now's the point where you can catch up your curriculum, you can learn, you can actually be disciplined and know that your child is doing karate at home, or the adults. So I think it would be a definite challenge for people. That's what we're doing too. But I think they can overcome the challenge and don't get caught behind, because this thing can blow over. It's what it is, but we're making the best of it right now. And I think just training our brain mentally is good, instead of just shutting our brain down and letting it take over our lives. Yep. There's a lot of resources online that people can do. Books. Yep. There's plenty of reading that you can do to stay educated and stay sharp. You want to stay sharp mentally, and read that book. Yep. That's true. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate you, man. It was an honor. Is there anything else? We pretty caught everything, yeah? I think we caught everything, yeah. That'd be good. So I look forward to
So watching your fans out there, if you have not seen the Superpower Beatdown Scorpion versus White, I say White Dragon because you're doing a Legend of White Dragon. White Ranger, check it out. Remember, it's fictional. This guy in real life just kicked my butt. That's all I'm telling you. He's my instructor. So,
well, you know. Hey, I just thought of something. We should actually reshoot that because I wasn't in the Scorpion thing.
Yes.
Me and the Scorpion thing. You and then we could have a good time. And listen, that the Legend of the White Dragon thing. That's going to be spectacular, dude. And I can't wait not only to see it but to be part of it and to be in it with you.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be great. And then I'm working with the producers from the Mortal Kombat franchise. They're putting together a new franchise.
Yeah.
And when that thing goes, your phone's going to ring because I'm going to get you in it too.
Thank you. You used to make a FaceTime or we're going to ring. Nowadays, when people call, I swear to God, my dad calls and I go, what?
How do I answer it?
Yeah, what the hell? But anyway, thank you so much, man. I look forward to seeing you. I'm already going to check you afterwards, but thank you. I'm gonna log you out right now, and then I'll text you in a little bit. I do have a member of the AKF. Just to let you know, I do have everything here. I save everything. So thank you for all the memories, and I'll never forget it. And I will talk to you later.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it. Well, that was amazing, man. That was really, I love that.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, but man, 2020, almost about close to 2020, 6 years. Wow, man, crazy time, fast. But it's good that watching it with all you guys, learning about Jason and the interview. That's the best part. See what I meant. Nothing wrong with a bit of fun stuff. Quoting Jason, and his was awesome. Yeah. We just want to know, we should ask Chris about what Legend of White Dragon is. I know Jason talking about that to him. And he's in the movie, or Aaron Shonky cut him out, all Jason's friends. That's a good question we should ask. All right, guys. What do you think about this interview of Jason David Frank doing an interview with his sensei, his mentor, Christopher, play as Scorpion in the 1995 Mortal Kombat? Like, share, see you in the video. And I want to look at information about Chris. It was Christopher, pretty sure, but Chris. So you can look at his homepage. Leave board, feel the fire by Chris. A world champion martial artist, Hollywood actor, keynote speaker, and actor. His bio. Book by Chris now. So bulletproof. So you can buy all his stuff, all his books. Speaking. We should watch his speaking Book by Chris. Contact him, not doing an interview. That's good. Media. More YouTube videos. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna drop the link. If you want to come up, talk about Mortal Kombat or anything about karate, hit the link. If you know, you know. You know, Sean Ria said,
That link, motherfucker.
all right, let's play this song. Give you a few minutes.
Loading. Mr. Rudy.
I'm a true real man. Feel it in my motion.
Mr. Rudy.
In it all emotion. Soft but electric. Yeah, I glow up toxic. Feminine fire. Yeah, I'm the topic. No one can top it.
Pop, rocket.
Velvet thunder in a pink chrome cockpit.
Digital heart can't stop it.
Mr. Rudy, baby, I'm iconic.
All right, guys. So now that I hit the link, I want to say I'll be back. What's today? Today is Monday, Tuesday, okay. Wednesday. We'll see Wednesday. I'll be back live or Thursday. See you in the next video. Peace. And I'm gonna end this last song and the stream is over, guys. Thank you for coming and remember, like the stream.
They said level up, I said which kind? If strength is a cage, I redesign. Gloss on my armor, lace in my spine. Feature nostalgia, but make it divine. Dripping in truth, can't nobody fault ya. Kindness loud, but my aura softer. Velvet devotion, poetic emotion. Masculine myth, yeah, I recompose it.
Pretty goes glow with a tender flame. I don't play rough, I rewrite the game. exotic. Feminine fire, yeah, I'm the topic. No one can stop it. Pop, pop, rocket. Velvet thunder in a pink chrome cockpit. Got a digital heart, can't stop it. Mr. Rudy, baby, I'm iconic.
Low voice, calm storm, steady devotion. Pretty deadly with a tender emotion. Sugar and steel in the same devotion. Masculinity fluid, ocean in motion.
If love is loud, I'll sing it higher. If strength is silent, I spark the fire. Heels or boots, still walk desire. Sweet but savage, wired on choir. Future boy glow with nostalgic glitter. Gentle hands, but my spine gets bigger. I don't compete, I transcend figure. Confident sugar, but the bass hits quicker. Hey, Mr. Rudy, are you there? Yeah, I'm right here. Crystal clear.
Soft don't mean weak,
Cute don't mean small. I can cry and still stand tall. Digital diva, Mr. Rudy. Beep, beep, beaver. I'm a true real man, feel it in my motion. Mr. Rudy, and in all motion. Mr. Rudy, baby, no one can top it. Feminine fight, yeah, I'm the topic. No one can stop it, baby, I pop it. Sweet revolution, watch how we're rocking. Heart so loud, can nobody stop it. Mr. Rudy, forever